Before we even get into this, let me ask you one thing. If the loudest complaints against a police chief boil down to babysitting and dispatch, dogs in the squad room, and somebody misusing the word HIPAA for the 100th time, what exactly are we doing here? Because this hearing is starting to look less like misconduct and a whole lot more like workplace drama being dressed up as evidence. Welcome back to the Infamous Ex Chief. I am Scott Gardner, former cop, former homicide detective, former police chief, and I have lived on both sides of the law. That is why we talk about receipts, not rumors, and today I'm posting every single one of them. Today we're looking at another witness from the disciplinary hearing involving Chief Urso from Mantua, Ohio. And like always, I want the public to have access to the full record. So here is how this works. I'm going to give you my breakdown first, and you're more than welcome to disagree. Then I will play the full video so you can watch the entire thing for yourself. If you want to skip around, skip. Go wherever you want. I post the receipts for a reason. Everything I say can be verified. Now, let me be honest. I walked into this expecting to hear serious allegations. I'm talking about the disciplinary hearing itself. I was expecting to hear about operational failures or something that would actually tie back to the chief of police. What I heard instead was a whole lot of testimony about a dispatcher babysitting a coworker's kid, an officer being tired on an on-call shift, someone bringing a dog into the station, even though everybody else appeared to be doing so as well, inclusive of council people. And yet again, someone throwing around the word HIPAA like it's a universal trump card. And I'm honestly exhausted at listening to people misuse that term. HIPAA applies to hospitals and insurance companies, not police departments, not dispatch, not the chief of police. Now, let's actually go into a little bit about what HIPAA is and isn't. HIPAA only regulates what are called covered entities. These are hospitals, medical providers, insurance companies and health plans, medical billing processors, and what they refer to as clearinghouses. That's it. Regular employees are not covered entities. Police departments are not covered entities. Dispatch centers are not covered entities. Supervisors and coworkers are not covered entities. So unless your police chief suddenly became a doctor and billed your insurance company, he cannot violate HIPAA. To even qualify under HIPAA, the information must be 1, medical in nature, 2, created or received by a healthcare provider, 3, tied to healthcare or billing, and 4, disclosed by a covered entity. None of that happened here. What happened here was simple workplace gossip, and HIPAA has absolutely nothing to do with workplace gossip. And let's be real, the witness openly admitted that she posted about being in the hospital on Facebook. Once you share your own medical information publicly, HIPAA is not even in the conversation. You can't claim a federal privacy violation when you yourself made the public information post. A normal government employer's only responsibility is basic HR professionalism. The chief of police did exactly that. He responded immediately, addressed the issue, confronted the people involved, and kept it moving, which is exactly what a good administrator is supposed to do. What we heard was not a HIPAA violation. It was a workplace gossip situation, and the chief addressed it immediately. And that is the theme of this entire testimony. Nothing here proves misconduct. Nothing here proves dereliction. Nothing here even shows the chief knew about half of these incidents because the witness admits that she never reported them. Anyone is more than welcome to disagree with me. Debate is healthy. But we have now heard from 3 separate witnesses, and I'm still confused where the evidence against the chief of police actually is. This was not a case against the chief. And since we're talking about people sleeping on duty, let's address the elephant in the room. Because here's the part that really makes me raise an eyebrow. We've got a witness claiming another dispatcher was sleeping on shift, like it's some shocking scandal. But I have a video of her knocked out at the station. Now, look, I'm not showing this to shame anybody. We're all human. Midnight shifts are brutal. Every cop and dispatcher alive has fought the head bob battle at least once. I could not tell you how many times while I was on permanent midnight shifts for 5 years, I was fighting that head bob. Me personally, we had just had our first child. My wife worked days. I would get home and have to stay awake until my wife got home, then go to work. That is life. It's everybody. But if you're going to sit in a disciplinary hearing, pointing fingers about someone else dozing off, and I've got footage of you looking like a Windows update in progress, yeah, Tentacle Nation, that matters. That speaks to credibility. That speaks to context. That speaks to why none of this adds up to misconduct by the chief of police. This was a collection of personal frustrations and staffing challenges every small department in this state is dealing with. You can judge it for yourself. My point is simple. Do not make an allegation about people sleeping when you yourself are sleeping. All right, let's roll the full hearing recording. Again, skip around if you want. Check my breakdown against the actual footage because here on the infamous ex-chief, we do not hide anything. We post every receipt. Let the community watch the truth directly. Be loud, be heard, shake the system until the truth falls out.
Quiet in the back room, please. Okay, there we go. Can you please state your full name for the record, please?
Stephanie Moorhead.
And you fully hear that
That's correct.
what was your position?
Venture.
And how long were you in that role?
April 2018 to February 2025.
And where are you currently? Where are you currently?
I am.
And where's that at?
City of North Royalton.
Are you also a dispatcher there?
No.
Let me ask you then. So you left. What was your reason for leaving?
My reasoning was because of travel where I was going to live, but there was other reasons too as well. Personally.
What was that reason?
My late boyfriend committed suicide in July of 2024.
Okay. When you were in dispatch, were there children brought to the department?
Yeah.
And whose children did you observe?
I observed Miranda Brothers' son there in my beginning of my career, probably about the 2018, 2019. Sarah Harper would bring on her children too as well.
And this is why they were all leaving?
Yes,
Did you ever watch your children?
I watched Miranda Brothers' son.
How often would this occur?
It would probably be about a handful of times.
And did you find when you were watching her child, did it interfere with your duties at all?
Yes.
In what way?
There was one occasion where her son, something was wrong with his tablet. He came up to me. I was on a call, actually a 911 call, and I was telling him, "Hold on, I will fix it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute." And then all of a sudden, he's like, would try to like press the buttons on the monitor, and I told him, stop, don't do that, don't do that. And then he would like go back and like sit down, and then I finally would help him fix his tablet.
Did this cause any kind of safety concern for you?
Yes.
What about dogs in the apartment? Do you happen to witness that?
I saw Seiko mostly because he was our behind dog, and also when I was when I was coming in and Miranda was leaving off duty, I saw her take her German Shepherd out of the kennel. That's where like Seiko is normally.
You said you saw children there. Did you happen to see any did you have to see them sleeping? Anything like that?
Yes.
Okay, what did you observe with that?
So at one point, at the time that Miranda was dispatching, I got called in like early, like midnight shifts, maybe coming around like 3 or 5 or such. I would see Miranda with a blanket while she was cuddling with her son on the floor. And he was all set up and sleeping. When I relieved her, she would pick him up and carry him to the car.
And this is while she was at work.
Correct.
And Officer Brothers was also primarily on call for the night shift. Was that correct?
Yes.
Did you have any personal experiences there that caused you any concerns with having someone on call with having her on call for the night shifts?
Any personal concerns, like how I felt, or
Um,
is there like a call?
Yeah, like a situation that you.
As I recall, there was I don't know the date of the call, but there was an EMS call that came out on a man overdosed in the village. I needed to dispatch my on-call officer. When I called her, I actually called her twice, and she finally picked up. When she finally picked up, she was really out of it and everything. And then when she got dispatched to the call, I mean, you can just tell she was really tired and sleepy.
With having, in my opinion, having an officer staffed on midnights, would it can that be your concern either?
Yes.
Tell me about, you had mentioned, well, there was a situation, my understanding is that, there was maybe some healthcare or HIPAA-related information of yours that may have been shared. Can you explain, that to us, please?
I wrote a letter to the chief on August 16, 2023 about my HIPAA related, or I'm sorry, about my longstanding of what's going on with my health. And then also I supplemented by a HIPAA related where I was to my understanding that there was somebody in the department that was talking about my health and questioning. I can basically do my personal duties. I I stated that it was the scheduler. I didn't name any names in the letter. I was more of a sense of trying to get, to talk about, like, this is not something to talk about. And I'm going through a lot right now. And even the people that look on the outside doesn't mean there's a lot going on the inside. I got a call on the 17th of August from Chief Urso. I first got it, I was sleeping. I got the second call. Well, before I got the second call, I got a text message from Miranda Brothers stating that nobody is talking about you, and basically, am I allowed to swear? She stated he jumped my shit the first time he saw me in the morning. I then called Chief Urso, and Chief Urso stated that he did yell, in fact, at them. And I told him that who the person was talking about, and I was not happy with the situation at all.
Who the person is talking about?
I was talking about Miranda Brothers being the one that still was stating the things about me.
To your knowledge, was there any discipline issue to her?
I have no idea. I don't deal with her dispatching. I don't deal with her disciplining. I don't know if there was an investigation that was involved, but I would probably wish that it were true.
Sorry, I took the chair.
It's okay. I said that I would feel that if this situation that is going on with me, I would feel that an investigation would have been involved.
To your knowledge, Were you made aware of any investigation? No.
I didn't get anything followed up of it, no.
And, and Officer Brothers also worked, she worked in dispatch quite a lot. Well, I'd say more than other officers, I should say.
So she was working in dispatch up until she was put on administrative leave.
Okay, that's it.
Cross?
I'm gonna mispronounce your last name. I'm not doing that.
Moorhead.
Moorhead?
Yes.
Okay. If I get it wrong, please, you are welcome to pick up something heavy and throw it at me. I don't mean to do it
I
intentionally.
don't think I would do that as we have this nice officer here and I really don't want to charge.
He might join you in that. It's know me long enough. It's okay. But Ms. Moorhead, if I mispronounce your name, please forgive me. I don't mean to.
Go ahead.
All right. You've been working as a dispatcher since 2018
Yes.
for Mantua until just this year.
Correct.
Now, over the years, has your hours dwindled at the Village of Mantua?
Yes.
And safe to say that in 2023, you worked less than 500 hours?
Probably, yes.
And in 2024, barely 2 weeks?
It was a very trying time in 2000.
No, you explained, and I don't want to ask more questions about that side of it.
Thank you.
But we can agree you weren't working much in
I
Mantua.
was not. Correct.
And in 2025, even less.
Actually, the chief wrote me a letter stating that I haven't worked since June of 2024. It came up on September 18, 2024. He told me that I need to see him by October 1st. I did have a meeting with him and we talked about, and I said that I can work 2 days. I did let him know that I'm going through a lot because of the situation with my late boyfriend that had passed away. But I will do what I can, and that was 2 times a month.
Excuse me. Is that in 2024 or 2025 that covers you? I apologize. I want to make sure I'm clear.
So I did work from October in October of 2024 up until the end of January, and I had 2 days a month.
So in January, less than 40 hours. In 2024, about 80 hours.
Probably, yes.
Okay. And hopefully things are better for you working in North Royalton.
Yes.
When you were working in Mantua, what shift were you working?
It went from day shift and then it went to midnight shift.
And you said it would be better if you had a fully staffed overnight officer, correct?
Yes.
But you're aware that there is a shortage of officers.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have officers. I mean, I don't know what their time schedules are. A lot of people have jobs, other jobs that they're doing, so.
Are you aware that other police departments are having difficulty finding all the officers to fill all the time slots there too?
Yeah, but they're fully staffed.
Are they the same size as Mantua? Well, you know what? I'm not. That's too speculative. I don't mean to ask you that. But
I mean, we work for a police department. They have 4 people on per shift, so
and what police department is that?
North Burlington.
And the population of North Royalton and the population of Mantua, would you say it's equal?
No.
Counselor, is this relevant?
Well, if she's saying that it's right, they have 4 overnight officers. That's why I thought it was relevant, just because she brought that up. But I'm going to move along. You expressed concerns about the number of the staffing at Mantua. Is there more that can be done to increase the staffing in the Mantua Police Department?
Yes.
Putting out advertisements on Indeed and other websites encouraging people to apply, right?
Yes.
And if that's being done, then that's a good thing, correct?
I hope so, yes.
Okay. Now you testified that children have come into the department.
Yes.
You talked about Miranda's son. Are there other children coming to the department as well?
I stated that in the beginning of my career that I've noticed that Sarah Harper would bring in her kids. Mostly it was because they were there, she was working, and then they were getting picked up afterwards. It was pretty much our shifts that were switching.
All right. So, again, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but from what you're telling me is that that's not uncommon. Was that not uncommon in dispatch that for limited purposes, children would be there?
Children would be there.
You're not saying it's great, just saying that's what happened.
Yes,
Okay. And I believe you testified that you had to watch Miranda's son a handful of times.
I have, yes.
Now, when you say a handful of times, going back to 2018, obviously Alex is not born in 2018, but a handful of times is not that many.
I would probably say around like about 2023.
And a handful of times, are we talking about, a hand 4 or 5 times?
Just a hand, like maybe three.
3 times?
A handful, not even like 10. So no, a handful.
And this is in a department where you don't have, if Miranda loses her babysitter, she doesn't have anybody, you don't have another officer you can call in. There's a limited number of officers you can bring in, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did this happen when Officer Brothers was on the road or just when she was in dispatch?
She was on the road and she was on my OIC.
Okay. Now, did you bring these concerns up to the sergeant overseeing the dispatch?
I brought it up to the mother of the child
Okay.
when she is my on-call officer, or she's my on-duty officer. I brought it up to her what her son had done.
Okay.
So if there was a concern that she felt that that was wrong, I think that she would have to find somebody else to maybe take her son out of dispatch.
Okay. And I appreciate that answer, don't get me wrong. But did you bring that up to the officer in charge of dispatch, the sergeant in charge of dispatch?
No, because it's pretty much like allowed and everybody's okay with it, I guess.
When you say it's allowed, but by your own testimony, it's happened maybe 3 times over several years.
It has been, to me, a handful of times. Me seeing, I have gone to the station, I've seen Alex, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put his name in there. Her child.
We'll have the record, I think we'll jointly agree.
Thank you. I was
in
trying
the
not to
transcript
say
will.
his name
I-
because he's a juvenile. I have seen her child in dispatch with other people, babysitting, sitting on laps, playing games on the computer and whatnot. I can tell those names too if you need to.
I'm not asking them right now. Now, again, I'm not trying to get into the details of it, so to be very clear, I'm not asking about details.
No problem.
But I am aware that you are also on Facebook,
I am on Facebook, yes.
and some of your medical issues have been brought up on Facebook too, correct?
No,
No?
no.
Sure. I see where you're going. Okay.
My medical issues or when I was in the hospital, because I would post that I was in the hospital.
Yes, that's that. Again, that
Yeah.
I'm trying to not get into your medical history. I'm not trying, but
Yes, I posted that I was in the hospital, yes.
so this is to say that without anybody violating HIPAA, people would know that you did seek some sort of medical attention, correct?
I've seek medical attention, yes, they would have saw it.
Right.
Mhm.
So we can agree that anything that happened, while you raised your HIPAA concerns, you don't know there was a HIPAA violation per se.
It was a HIPAA violation being talked about within the department and outside of here.
Now, again, I'm not trying to be unfair to you.
Mhm.
HIPAA violations relate to medical providers. The Mantua Police Department is not a medical provider.
Mhm.
You do have an obligation to try to keep your records private, correct?
Correct. And also ADA too as well. Yes.
You would agree that when Officer Brothers is working dispatch, that there is a sergeant assigned to oversee dispatch.
Yes.
And you would agree that when she's working the road, there's a different sergeant oversees her, or the mayor oversees her when she is on the road, correct?
I guess it's Sergeant Gilbert or whoever it is. I mean, Sergeant Gilbert and Sergeant Maroney at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything you're questioning about who is actually supervising Officer Brothers during this time?
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
Sure. Sometimes my questions don't make a lot of sense. I try.
Go ahead. I want to make sure I got that.
Okay. You're not alleging that there was a breakdown in the chain of command, that Officer Brothers always had somebody that she was to report to, correct?
She was a phone call away to somebody that she needed to. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So that was always being taken care of.
Yes.
Uh, were you aware of the council member that would break his dog to the police department?
I think you're talking about Marty, and
Yeah, Marty.
if it's the one with the husky, he actually got out, and I remember it got to our station, and Chief was really pissed off, and he was gonna cite him for it, but we had to be brought to the station. So if it's the husky, that's the only time I've ever seen that dog there.
You testified that somebody was sleeping at the station, correct?
Yes.
Was that just the juvenile that you're talking about?
No. I had to personally go in and kind of tap Miranda to wake her up.
Did you report that to her sergeant?
No.
Okay. After the HIPAA incident took place, were you aware that the chief then implemented additional training and policies regarding medical? Were you aware of that?
No,
Okay.
I was not.
Okay.
I don't look at her personnel file.
What's that?
I don't look at her personnel
I'm
file.
not saying just no, a rule throughout the department that people are to be more
I think it
careful.
would have been nice that somebody would have told me, because that was during an investigation time. I thought that it could be an investigation, but that would have been nice if somebody would have told me that she got that.
I'm not saying of anyone individually, that it was department wide, that there was additional memorandum put out, notice put out that there's to be to caution personnel from discussing anybody's medical. Were you aware of that at all?
I was not.
When you came to this, did you come to the station at times to visit Dispatcher Wins?
Yes,
All right. Did you bring your puppy with you when you did that?
I did. Yes.
And that's because you were familiar with dogs coming to the station. Is that correct?
No, nobody said anything about dogs that we could bring to the station.
You'd seen other people do it, so it's fine for you to do it too, correct?
Nobody had given us a policy that we
Okay.
could not bring our dogs to the
Okay.
station. That's
Right.
what
I'm
said.
agreeing with you.
Yes.
But so you did it, other people have done it. You might not think it's the most professional thing, but it wasn't a shocking thing, correct?
I didn't say it was not professional. I said that you asked me the question, if anybody has brought dogs to the station. I said, yes.
Okay.
She brought her dog. So, and I said it was Seiko, and it was about Marty's dog. I guess that's what his constable name, Marty. I guess, okay, his dog. So I'm stating that that's there. So yes, I brought my dog there, but it was not stated to us that we cannot bring our dogs.
Okay. And at one time you brought your puppy as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks for your time answering questions. Yeah.
Are you direct?
So when you brought your puppy, were you working at the time?
No, I was not.
You were off duty.
Yeah, I was off duty and I brought my dog in to show my new dog.
To your knowledge, this counseling was CO. First of all, it's not a police department.
Yeah.
Do you know if he was working at the time?
I have no idea. I just only know that one time that he had to bring the dog in, put it in the kennel. And if it is the guy that I know about and it is a husky, that's all I know, then yes, the husky got out and it had to be brought in, and then he had to come and retrieve his dog.
So you say what got out? It got out in the department or how?
No, it got out of the fence, I'm thinking, and then I know Chief was like upset and said that he was gonna cite him if it ever happens again. I guess his dog's like really mean. So doesn't like guys or something. That's what he told me. Chief.
Okay.
Anything else?
Russ? Nope, we're good.
No?
In fact, I did not have any questions that time. I want that known. Council member?
No? Okay. Thank you.
Next witness.
Listen up, Pinnacle Nation. If you want to keep this roll call tight, head over to www.theinfamousexchief.com. That's Command Central. From there, you can slide into Patreon. It's a monthly subscription with exclusive drops at least once a month, or lurk for free just to jump in on the polls and pretend you had a say. Discord. That's where the real chatter goes down. Think of it like the squad room. The coffee's cold, the jokes are bad, but everyone's running their mouth. And the best part, you don't need some shiny Facebook profile. You can show up as Detective Donut or Sergeant Snark or Detective Dimmer Switch if you want. Nobody cares. Just get in and start talking. Hit the links for YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Apple Podcasts. That's standard issue stuff right there. Old school? Not a problem. Email me. Feeling paranoid? Use Signal. Signal it over. Encrypted tighter than a rookie's first report. Want your voice on the record? SpeakPipe. Leave me a voicemail. If it doesn't sound like you're 3 sheets to the wind, I might even use it. Got a tip on a case? Fill out the tip sheet. Be as quiet or loud as you want. Do I burn sources? Ask them. Oh, wait, you can't. Want me to cover a case? Drop it under case consideration. Or keep it simple. Buy me a coffee and grab me a Brew Loud Be Heard mug. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a shift briefing. Be loud, be heard, shake the system until the truth falls out.